Ted, I definitely want to get your sense. I was on a call earlier today with Dave Burkett, and I asked him the question, which call was worse? Was it the crazy, picking up a flag against Brandon Pettigrew and all that? Dave Burkett, I asked him what call was worse, that or the miscommunication regarding the tackle reporting eligible last year.
We actually made Jared sprint. So I would do sprint training with him once a week. I would actually do it with him. I'd run with him. So we topped off and we would hit at least 90% of his max velocity once a week. My reason for this, from a training perspective and from really pre-acclimation for the tissue, more so from a hamstring, hip flexor, quadricep, when you want to avoid some of those soft tissue injuries for a quarterback who's not hypermobile and they don't run a lot.
Come ye, come y'all, to the greatest football chat of them all. This is a brand new enterprise with my good old buddies here. Donny, how the hell are you doing? You're just coming off a big-ass win in West Virginia. You're a mountaineer. You're a hillbilly, are you not?
No, I'm a mountaineer.
Yeah. You're not a hillbilly, though, right? But you're from West Virginia.
Well, we live in some mountains. Hey, nice win yesterday against Robert Morris. Small school, but nice second half. So looking forward to these games coming up.
And my other co-host here and his debut to this channel, Mr. Brightside. Explain who the hell are you, Woody?
Mr. Brightside. My name's Woody, and I'm happy to be here, man. Coming off a win, too, at Michigan.
Yeah. We're going to be doing this all year long. It's going to depend on when the Lions play. We're going to talk all kinds of. Explain this, guys, and introduce and explain what we're going to do.
Yeah, we're going to talk about college sports, football, I'm assuming basketball, possibly baseball, NFL, MLB, all the above.
So we're like at an interesting time in Detroit sports right now, right? Pistons made the playoffs. Tigers made the playoffs. Red Wings are this close. Lions made the playoffs. We've never seen this much young talent in Detroit, period. So we're going to cover everything sports, but at heart, we're Lions fans, right? So
absolutely, yeah.
That's what brings us together, most definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, we all met during on Facebook, so please leave your comments. This is a live interactive show, and we'll talk about it. Actually, we'll pull up your comments. We are live to Joe Chap's page, the Detroit Lions News Podcast. We're also live to my YouTube. We're going to start a new YouTube. Woody's going to start a new YouTube. What do you guys think about the name? First of all, the 5 years that we have, Blockbuster Sports, baby. You like that? It's like Woodward Sports. It's like Crunch Time Sports.
Yeah,
well, they don't rent movies no more, right?
Yeah,
let's take a run.
Yeah, bringing Blockbuster back. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We're bringing Blockbuster out of retirement. So I want to ask you guys there, what the hell happened with OSU and freaking the Longhorns? Like, horns down. Like, man, you're right on the goal line. You can punch it in, get that much closer, and man, I can't get it in. Maybe it was a play calling. I don't know. How big is that kid? They're gonna at least push him or something.
Stark played very conservative. Not only that, but you're talking about Archie, who is a 2A high school quarterback and got put on a pedestal, right? Pushed behind Ewers. Not saying he don't have talent, but when you give him his uncle's last name and you run with it, Texas has like Anthony Hill, the linebacker. I can't even put into words how good that young man's going to be. Texas has, like, even if you're talking about the playoff game, how close it was, they really fumbled it. They were about to score and tie it up. They lost by 14. But yesterday, I mean, they're shutting down Jeremiah Smith, and Carnell Tate, just like the playoffs, is lighting them up. You know what I mean? Ryan Day has their number, and they're starting off 0-1. It's tough.
Yeah, I saw a post last night about Manning being a stepson or something, not having the DNA as his uncle's. Yeah, he looked pretty bad at times. So we'll see, man. He'll probably bounce back.
So,
I think
so
they
you,
have a softer opponent next week.
you
Isn't a
know, an
little bit?
interesting.
Isn't a
Sorry,
little
an
bit?
interest. Go
Sorry,
ahead. Go ahead.
isn't a little bit
Okay.
of suspect that he sat for 2 years with that kind of name? Usually, you see a red shirt for the first year and then usually get the start. But Ewers, beat him out in year 2, and this is year 3 for him. Like, I thought this guy was supposed to be the next, coming of Christ.
Yeah.
Big thing.
Number 1 quarterback coming out, I believe. And here's an interesting fact with Ohio State, right? There hasn't been a quarterback starting his first game to beat a number 1 team since 1984. Do you know who that quarterback was?
No.
Jim Harbaugh against Ohio State. So it's kind of funny that they're mingled together. You know what I mean? And Julian saying, congratulations. Like, great win.
Well, there's 2 things also that's going to save Texas's ass. Number 1, it's an out-of-conference game. Number 2, it's a big school. It's a highly ranked opponent. It's not like they lost to a Robert Morris like my Mountaineers played yesterday. So you lost to number 3. They won't drop. They'll drop to 4th or 5th in the polls. You sit back and watch. That's how it always works.
I mean, reigning champions, right? I mean, you lost to who won it all last year. So I lost to Michigan. It doesn't matter.
Still, 14 points isn't great, though. That's not a lot of points.
Yeah. On the road and the horseshoe. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
We'll see how good they do when they play their opponents in their conference. Michigan's always the last game, right?
Against Ohio State, yeah.
And it's in Michigan, so we'll see.
Yeah, it is in Michigan. Yep. And we got a tough one next week with Oklahoma. John Metellus came over from Washington State with McDonald, new coordinator. Venables I think that's how you say his last name. Brent Venables is on the hot seat. But yeah, we'll see next week.
See, I'm not a college football fan. I work on Saturdays, so this is our college take. When we get to the Detroit Lions in the NFL, then I'll jump in because I work on Saturdays. I'm a truck driver. I can't be on my phone.
Like we were talking earlier, though. If it's not for college football, there would be no NFL.
Yeah.
It's facts. So
it's
good to talk about college football, man. I live a mile from the stadium here at in Morgantown, West Virginia. Milan Puskar Stadium, and college sports in this town, in this state, is it. It always has been. We don't have a professional team. That's why I'm a Lions fan. I'm in my 40s. Rewind my clock. When I was younger, who can I pick as a team? You got your Steelers a few hours away. You got your Redskins. Commanders a few hours away. But Barry Sanders, man, he hooked me. And with rotten teams that we had in the 80s and 90s, late 80s, 90s, and 2000s, still I hung with these guys. But, yeah, it feels good to be a Lions fan now. No bandwagon here.
Yeah.
So can we address the elephant in the room? We're going to switch a little bit of topics here. I think we just did 10 minutes of college there. Do you want to talk about the Mountaineers before with Rich Rod? Because you're a season ticket holder, and then we'll go on to the elephant in the room, Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Is this going to affect everything? Are you shaking in your boots like all these Packer fans on social media are doing? They're just like, ha, Detroit, you guys. Anyways, talk about your Mountaineers. We'll get into it.
Yeah, if they got 4 players, if they got 4 Micah Parsons, I'd be real shaky. But no. Now, will he put pressure on Jared? Yes. But he's got a guy on the end there, Sewell, that will give him all he can handle. That pressure will be strong, but he won't get to Jared every down. Come on, let's be real. What did Dallas do against us last year? I think, wasn't Parsons on the field? I believe he was. So, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to help Green Bay. This move is going to help Green Bay.
Yeah.
But like me and Woody was talking earlier, they got the same opponents as we do. They got to go through typically the same schedule as we do. So we'll sit back and watch. The hype. I'd be excited if I was a Packer fan. Who wouldn't? But as a Lions fan, no. We're going to go into Green Bay and we're going to take care of business. Until they beat us, I feel pretty good.
Am I scared? Not scared. Did they get better? They got better. I mean, they lost to who? Minnesota, us. Did they lose to Chicago at the end of the year last year? The Packers? Didn't they lose to Chicago?
They did on a
Yeah.
field goal. At
And
the
they lost
end,
to Philly twice, right? I mean, they went out and they got a player. They're spending a lot of money. What was it, like 130 guaranteed, 188 over 4 years, something like that? Their payroll is about 60% between two players.
Yeah.
I understand what Dallas did, right? I mean, look at the players that are, not to go back to college, but over the next 2 years, with the players that are coming out are like any other. They're good, and they're stocking back up. I'm not scared, but I understand what the Packers did, and they got better. I mean, you got Parsons, so I wish we did a little bit more of that sometimes, but
let's face it, like Green Bay is one of the third youngest team in the league, right?
Yeah.
Michael Parsons, 26 years old. Obviously, that's but losing Kenny Clark, and then they lost another good defensive tackle. He went, what was his name? Do you remember his name? He went somewhere else. But two of their best graded tackles are gone now. So what do we do more than anything? We run the ball 55% of the time. So I do believe, first down, second down, we're going to smash mouth it down there. And Parsons is only 55 grade for John Dorn keeps leaving messages, which we like. So there it is.
I would like to think that John Morton's scheme against Micah Parsons is going to be solid. Now, I honestly expect a lot less play action. I mean, you don't want to put Goff in that position because Parsons is going to be back here harassing him. But, I love our running game, and I love that our line is still solid, even though Ragnow decided to call it quits. But we can have a lot of players back, and it's an exciting time for Detroit, man. The draft was solid. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, we can be optimistic and happy, and we're not doing a lot of shit talking, but we're confident, and we have every right to be.
Yeah. What up, Doe?
I'm interested to see what Halfley does, because he did a really good job in his first year with that defense. I mean, they almost doubled their takeaways. Parsons is going to help today. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm a Lions fan, but I like seeing what they're going to do. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting, and they got better at the end of the day. So
we got a question for you guys here. I'm going to pull it up right here. What do you guys think when we go into KC? That's a good question. What's KC? KC, Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah. Oh. That's going to be a tough one, right? I think that's we have a bye. I think, isn't that week 10? I do believe it's after our bye.
You have to respect Andy Reid and his teams, man. They're all tough. Please tell me a year or a team that man has coached that was horrible, or not coached right, or just lack of talent. They're good, man. They're going to be solid again. Now, I don't have them winning their division, but they're definitely going to the playoffs.
Oh, really? That's an interesting take.
Yeah, I don't have them.
Yeah, so my view, Travis Kelce was not playing in that game, so there's an asterisk beside it. I know it was the first game of the season opener last year, and Dan Campbell is definitely a better motivator. Yeah, 2 years ago. Dan Campbell's definitely a better motivator than Andy Reid, so I think he got him up. And what I do believe in the first 3 games of the regular season, it's almost like preseason. You run the ball, you play really good special teams, and you take care of that goddamn ball. And that's what we did, right? And went for it, punting it, getting those extra first downs when, we're supposed to kick the ball away. That's what wins the first, because defense is always going to be better. And then the offense catches up. And then the defense catches up. It depends on what kind of coaching you have. But the first 3 weeks, I'm going to get my point across, and then Woody will take over. The first 3 weeks, you got to run the ball, take care of the ball, and, special teams.
Yeah. A lot of people, I think Chris Jones was out for that game too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was holding out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care who was not in the game. right? I mean, the Lions won most of their games last year with, 14, 15 injured players? A win is a win, and you're talking about the champions. Kelsey, Jones, that hurts, but they were still a championship team. You know what I mean? 11 on, 11 off. So at the end of the day, it was a great win on the road, first game of the year, great season for us. That's what kind of started everything. It's going to be the same thing this time, right? You're going to get the best Lions you're going to get. Whatever happens, happens. But you have to take care of the ball. You have to play defense, and you have to come up with a game plan for them. I'm not as worried as much this year about Kelsey as I was back then, but I think he's still a good football player.
I believe he has win plans to be making, right?
He just did, yeah.
Oh, he might be a little bit distracted, eh?
He
The
might
good old
be busy, man.
distractor.
That whole team's a distraction, and it has been for a year and a half.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about this week 1 matchup here at 4:30 at Lambeau Field. I don't know who's going to be officiating yet. Usually they release that on Tuesday, Wednesday, but I hope it's not Cleat, and I hope it's not Blakeman. Not Blakeman, not Cleat. Who's the guy that used to fuck us all the time? His son. Damn. They're from Wisconsin. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the muscles.
Nope.
The referee with the
Hockley.
muscles. Hockley. His son. They're from Wisconsin, right? And he's got a law office. He fucked us every fucking year. Hopefully it's not Hockley, and hopefully it's not Blakeman. Because you know what happens in Green Bay. The rules aren't the same. And I'm not saying it's rigged, but sometimes it is. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. So I'm a Lions
Feels
fan.
good. It also feels good to not have to go to the frozen tundra.
I haven't checked the weather yet. Anybody see the weather? Leave it in the comments, please. But the weather matters.
Well, last year we won a flood game, so it was rainy and nasty and
Right. Well, when you have Christian Sopan's Watson, you know, like fuck. You know, their receiving cores. You know, I like Jaden Reed, and I don't like Watson at all. And this new kid, Golden's supposed to be really good, but you know, things with the Packers, everything's always overhyped with the Packers, you know, because they're like Dallas, right? Everything's always overhyped. So what do you think, Woody, on that game? My score prediction, I got them like 24-17 Lions. But now with Parsons there, it could be, you know, a field goal game now. I pick them. Yeah.
Either way, it sounded pretty close for you, like a touchdown, right? Yeah. I mean, I think if the Lions are held below 20 points, it favors the Packers, right? We got to score. We got to score, especially with them. I've watched Jordan Love do some crazy things. I'm nervous, not because of the Packers. I want to see what this team looks like because, I mean, behind the scenes, it's a completely different team than what we're used to. I mean, we got Dan Campbell, we got the owner, and then everyone else. They've been here, right? But at the time, like, these are all new guys. And a lot of those answers we see, like, with the media, a lot of them are kind of like walking around the question if you paid attention to it. Like, you'll get direct answers, but it's not like we're used to. You know, it used to be like, oh, we're going to do this and this and this. And now it's like, yeah, we're gelling a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the new stuff. And it just seems very indirect to me. So the team is what I want to see. The new guys. I want to see Tesla. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards the Lions. A prediction: if we win, we're going to score 30. If we lose, we're going to score 14. Like, we got to see what the offense is going to do.
Yeah. Donnie, what do you think?
Well, with all the Micah Parsons hype, with all the healthy players coming back for Detroit, I can see a 31-21 Lions win. I think that it's also very important to keep our secondary in the game. We don't need Brian Branch flipping anybody off or getting ejected again. We don't need any of that. We can keep everybody on the field, and we can stay focused and do what we do. I can see a nice win. I can see at the end of the game, everybody, excluding the Packer fans, looking at the Lions as the front runner to win the North. That's my take.
Well, it's going to be a tough division this year, and it's we're starting off with back-to-back division games. Everybody's doing it too. The Chicago Bears come in next weekend, and we're going to be there. Going to be inducting Robert Porsche, hanging out with that group, with all the former Lions, the media access. I'm pretty excited about that and meeting Robert. Those Chicago Bears, I think they're going to beat the Minnesota Vikings here, guys. What do you think about that? Who do you think the most improved team is? Because I know Woody really likes. You'll hear his take. But do you think Minnesota got it right at quarterback, Woody? Are you scared of the Minnesota Vikings and J.J. McCarthy? Because realistically, your Mr. Brightside is Michigan Slappy.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I wasn't saying Denard Robinson was going to be the next Tom Brady, right? Like, there's levels to the shit. I'm more worried about Minnesota than I am the Pack for the division. They picked up some players. They were a 14-win team last year. We won 15 games, and it came down to the last game of the year. I mean, besides who? Philly? I mean, nobody could touch them. So it was, and us. But, yeah, I think that team's really good on every side of the ball. They got Coach of the Year. They got some O-line pieces coming back. I think JJ is going to be better than advertised. But, yeah.
Yeah, I believe I'll go with you on that. I see the game's in Chicago, right?
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
I got the Vikings.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
It's Monday Night Football.
Oh, that was the question.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I think that you on this side you got Ben Johnson. He's going to be cute. Here's one thing though: Minnesota's defense. You can't be too cute with that defense. If you guys remember, that was 2 wars for us last year. That's a good defense, and I know he's going to try some trick plays. Caleb Williams is still to be proven, right? Great college quarterback. He done good things in college, but he hasn't looked very good so far. I know he's only been there 1 year, and he finally has an offensive coordinator. I mean, a head coach. We'll see how this works out. We'll just. I'll take the Vikings just strictly because of their defense. Yeah. I don't see anything that McCarthy can do that's going to hurt them. I think he will be at least a facilitator and keep going forward down the field. I don't know. We'll see. I'll take the Vikings in this game.
Yeah, that was a question you asked, Darcy. I got into the Vikings. I got the Vikings too. I could, like how you said in the beginning, you got to take care of the ball. Ben Johnson went to a quarterback that could extend the play. You guys remember that comment he made? It kind of was like anti-golf. He's like, I want a quarterback that can extend the play. You got a quarterback that don't really take care of the ball. Like, you can extend the play as long as you want. It doesn't matter. And really, when it comes down to JJ, he hasn't really played in the NFL, but he has a better passing percentage outside of the pocket. He can run. And, I mean, he had the same percentage as Joe Burrow coming out of college. And Joe Burrow had who? JJ and the other guy. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. The NFL's a different game, but KOC does his thing, and that's a team in the North I'm worried about.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go and have a washroom break, but I'm going to leave you guys for 5 minutes, and I'm going to blow you up, and I'm going to ask this question here. Let's do the power rankings for the NFC playoffs, and who's going to be all the division winners, and who's going to make the playoffs. I know we talked about this back in the back chat. Talk about it, guys, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm going to blow you up, okay?
All right. Got you. All right, Donnie. So let's do this because let's talk about the AFC North. I want to hear who you got, why you got them, and then we'll kind of work around
AFC
together.
North?
Absolutely.
I got my notes written down right here. My AFC North division winner, and my wife's a big Steelers fan, but you got to go with the Ravens. I'm sorry. You got to go with the Ravens. They're like the Lions, in my opinion. They have proven where they currently are without losing too much as far as personnel. What about you? What about the AFC North? Who you got as the winner?
So I got the Ravens, right? I think a sane mind, a sound body has the Ravens, right? Cincinnati, like that whole Trey
That's one of my wild cards. They're a wild card.
Good.
Okay.
I really like what Baltimore did in the draft. And if you paid attention, they got Kyle Hamilton. Bro, they went and got Malachi Starks. Like, he's a stud. And they got Mike Green. So I
Or
think
Marshall, yep.
Yep. So they got, and I mean, you're talking third round. So it's like, I think it was second and third. Maybe Malachi was in the first,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I'm a Ravens guy. I'm interested to see what Shador does and Browns. I mean, I assume he's a starter, right?
If not now, he will be.
He will be.
It's probably just a matter of time.
Yeah.
How about
yeah.
the AFC East? The Bills have been running that division for a minute.
Right. So, and I don't think anything's going to change. I really don't. I seen the Patriots released Michigan man Jabril Peppers after 3 years yesterday too. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let him go. I don't see Miami knocking him off that pedestal. I just, I don't. And the
I say the
Jets.
Jets are a year or two away. They got him a good head coach now, but they got to build that roster a little bit more before they're that competitive. How about the West, the AFC West? That's one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
So it's not my pick, but I really like what the Raiders are doing. I think
Wow.
they're not my pick. They're not my pick. I like the Chargers, but I like what the Raiders are doing, and it's really hard. I mean, to go against KC, I don't know. I'm losing that Patrick Mahomes allure, even though he's one of the best in the game. I'm not saying that, but I think what Harbaugh's doing over there, he's been building it up from the front to the back. I really like what he's doing. I mean, they really didn't have a serviceable wide receiver, and they made it work. Who'd they get? Was it McConkey? McConkey?
Yeah.
I mean, that boy's a stud. That boy's a stud.
Good.
So that's a comparison I kind of got for Tesla this year. Not to change the subject, one of my appearances was on JB's show. You know JB?
No.
Smoking Jeremy B. He's a Lions guy.
Is he?
2 months before the draft, I talked about Isaac Tesla, right? I don't know. You like the RAS? Sorry, I know I'm going in left field. Do you like the RAS scores on PFF and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So since 1987, 2,375 receivers were ranked through the RAS score every year for the draft. He ranked the 29th highest ever. So Tesla, yeah. He's a Michigan boy. He went to Hillsdale, which is right outside Detroit and Ann Arbor. Got a Division I to Arkansas. Didn't have a serviceable quarterback, but did good. But my pick is sorry, I just went in left field with that one. But yeah, Chargers. I like the Chargers. I'm going to go out on a limb on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Broncos. I think their defense and their offense have both improved. And man, my last two wild cards are going to be the Chiefs and Chargers. Like I said, I think that division is the NFC North from last year. I think you're going to get 3 out of 4. And then the other division is going to be really bad, in my opinion, the AFC South. And looks like the Texans, they have enough to keep. I mean, Jacksonville may surprise us a little bit, but so that's my 7. So that's my power 7, whatever it is called.
I'm gonna pick Jacksonville Jaguars to come out the South.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who's your 3 wild cards? Chiefs?
Yeah, probably let's say Texans. I think Texans. I'm looking at my list. Chiefs, probably Broncos. Broncos.
You're like me, 3 out of 4. That division is going to be tough, man. It's going to be a fun division to watch. If you're not watching the Lions, if you're a Lions fan, if you're picking through the games, that may be a game that you might want to watch.
And you're right. I think the AFC West is the most competitive amongst the teams as far as like the North side, right?
Right.
I think it's really competitive. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about
we have the NFC left if you want to do that.
Okay.
You want to jump in also, Darcy?
Yeah, absolutely.
On the NFC?
Yeah, let's get Darcy in here.
So let's start with our NFC North Detroit Lions champion. Thank you, Sailor. Thanks for commenting. We like this. Keep your comments coming in, man. We want to have you guys engaged. So it's all going to decide on that Ravens game. I predicted the Lions are going to go 11-7. I had Chicago going 10 or 11-8, isn't it?
11-6.
Yeah, 11-6.
17 games. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had the Bears going 10-7. I had the Vikings going 9-8, and I had the Green Bay Packers going 7-10. But now that was before Micah Parsons, right?
Parsons gives them 2 more wins.
Yeah. See, We'll find out here at 4:00 on Sunday. But
Yeah.
so that's my predictions. I'm going to stick with that. Maybe let's flip flop a game or two with Minnesota, Detroit, and I do believe we should sweep the division. Still, we just got way too much talent, and we're going to have to pay this talent. We're going to have to pay Hutch. We're going to have to pay Branch. I hear Laporta is not going to be playing in this game. Did you guys hear that?
I did not.
No.
No, I did not.
That's huge too, right?
Especially with Kennedy gone.
Play?
I think I think he's still injured. I don't think he's practiced yet, guys. I'm
So
looking.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but who did we cut? Tim Kennedy, right?
No, he's on the practice squad.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We have
That's the last thing I
Wright, so
seen.
Wright could step up.
So I got with that predictions there. I think the East is going to have obviously Washington, just like last year, and the Eagles are going to win it. So then I got Detroit, and then let's talk about the South and the West. I can only see one team in the West, and I can only see one team from the South. So we'll probably get two from the NFC North.
Yeah, I got the Lions winning the North. I believe the Packers will make a wild card. I think they'll earn a wild card because Parsons will make them that much better. But I don't see them winning this division. If you look at their schedule, they got similar opponents as we do. And for people to poke at us and say, hey, you got the toughest schedule. Well, they do too. And also the Vikings don't have an easy schedule either. So I got the Lions and the Packers coming out of the North. Like you said, the Eagles, they got the East. There was something bad wrong would have to happen to Hurts or somebody in order for the Washington to beat them in that division. But Washington's good enough to get a wild card. Like you said, with the other two divisions, Niners are going to be the only team I see coming out of the West. They got the easiest schedule. When you look at their schedule, you're like, they can win 14 games easy. Easy. I mean, if you look at their opponents, they're terrible. They have a couple of tough ones within their division. The Rams, I can see the Rams getting a wild card, but with the South, it's going to be hard to beat the Bucks. I think the Falcons will be close, though. I think the Falcons, Packers, and Rams will be your wild cards. But I think the Niners, Bucks, Eagles, and Lions are your division winners. That's just my prediction.
Niners going to come back and have a good year then.
I think so if McCaffrey stays healthy, and if he don't they have a backup they picked up in a trade? Brian Robinson or somebody. I mean, good coach too. Shanahan's a good coach. So
That Shanahan tree of coaches, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. He does a great job over there. So I can't, until further notice. I mean, I have my heart on different than my brain, but until someone knocks Detroit off, they're my pick. I just think, I mean, they're super talented. The NFC South, the Bucks, they have some injuries at wide receiver. I look for Ibuka to have a really big year because I think McLean's out, and I'm trying to think the other receiver who broke his leg in half again. There you go, right? I think Ibuka's very serviceable. I think he's going to have a big rookie year. I like the Falcons. I really think the Falcons did a lot. I like what they did in the draft, especially the first round. They got a lot of young, good wide receivers. I think that defense ain't going to be too bad. And I think if Penix can stay healthy, he'll do a lot, right? I really like Penix. But Tampa Bay, I mean, and New Orleans, I think is going to be better than most people think. Just the quarterback is kind of iffy at points, right? The quarterback situation over there. In Carolina, Thielen went back to the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. And Carolina just picked up a receiver. Oh, Hunter Renfrow. I think that's what happened. Renfrow and somebody else. And then the East, I mean, I got to go with Philly, right? But what I will say is the Commanders are a lot better. Jalen Daniels, I get it. He had a great year. He beat us. The thing about Dak Prescott is I'm not a fan, right? But I encourage people to look at his stats, right? He's an on-off type of guy. They added George Pickens. I know they lost Parsons. I get it. But that's still a good secondary over there. That's a good team. And Dak Prescott has this thing where he sucks one year, and the next year he's in the MVP talks. If you notice that, right? Like last year or whatever. Year before, MVP. Sucked the year after that, MVP talks. If Dak Prescott, I mean, I think I wouldn't count the Cowboys out of a wild card. Like they still have a lot of talent on that roster, but I don't really, that's just one of those teams to watch out for, in my opinion. But I mean, Phillies. I mean, they're an all around team, bro. And then they just added Jahad Campbell too. It's like every year Howie Roseman adds to that team, bro. Jahad Campbell fell in their lap at the end of the first round. I was surprised we didn't take him, but uh, Williams is Williams, right? I don't know how you feel about him, but that's my take on that one.
Oh, I love the cheese grater hat there.
Like the grater.
Is that a prediction that we're going to go in that Lambo?
Oh gosh, yes. Oh, you know it, man. We got this.
I just noticed that was a cheese grater. I ain't never seen that before. That's dope.
31-21. You're first here. Our boys have only hit one field goal. That's all he's got to hit. One field goal. Yeah, I'm jacked up. I'm excited, man. I know they got Micah, and they have every right to be excited, but we do too. We got about 10, 12, 14 players back that was hurt last year. I think who's out? Who's our defensive tackle that's out? Aline?
Yeah,
McNeil's not back.
He'll come back.
He'll be back
after
though.
Thanksgiving. ACL usually takes a year. I think it was like week 14 or 15 that he went out.
Yeah. So, they were talking like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I also predict that, we all know what St. Brown will do. I can see J-Mo doing his thing too this time. I can see 2 tutties next week. J-Mo, that's my prediction. J-Mo's got 2 touchdowns.
See, you guys are way too high with your scores. You're way too high with your scores. You're lucky. The first one to 20, like 22, 20, that's what's going to happen. It's these guys haven't even played since like February last year, like on a field, right? They play in practice, but that's, Jared Goff's got a red fucking jersey on. You can't touch the motherfucker, right? So it's not going to be, it's going to be a smash mouth kind of run the ball, kind of special teams kind of play. Let's see Khalif, do it like he did last year. I think he had almost 450 all-purpose fucking yards in special teams. He changed the field 4 fucking times. That's what kind of game we're going to have here. You might have some fumbles and fumblerooskies and stuff like that. But talk about it, guys. This is Blockbuster Sports. This is our first episode. What do you guys think? Leave your comments with the 6 viewers. Leave your comments. Are we doing good, or anything we can improve on? I know I'm the best looking here. You
know what? In my fault, the sailor. When you were gone, I seen him leave a comment, and I was talking to Donnie, and before I could acknowledge his comment because I couldn't see it on the side. So my fault, sailor. I didn't mean to ignore you. That's not what I was trying to do. That's what he said. I predict the Cincinnati Bengals. He likes Cincinnati coming out of the South, so it's possible. Joe Burrow, that offense can do a lot. That Trey Hendrickson stuff. Who's the guy that got from A&M? The one that had the contract. I'm having a brain fart right now, bro. The guy that had the contract, the rookie that held out until like 2 weeks ago. I think he's going to be a monster at A&M. They got him. I think it was the first round, second round.
The Bengals.
College guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Whenever you lose the NFL sack leader, it hurts, bro. And that relationship it sounds like it's pretty much done, with Trey Hendrickson. But I mean, that offense, I don't know how many times they're going to franchise tag my boy, but they're figuring it out.
So, did you guys see that Derek Scoobaum changing the subject a little bit? Do you want to talk a little bit of Tigers? I know Donnie's not a Tigers fan. I am. I listen to it a lot. Scoobaum, did they win that game? Did they end up winning that game? He threw. I hope so.
I believe they won 5-0.
It's against the Blue Jays, right? And that's
I thought it was the Royals.
No, it's the Blue Jays.
Okay, they were just played the Royals. I thought they were. There was another game, but you could be right. Actually, it sounds right. So,
let me check. You guys talk about it. I'll look. You want to talk baseball, or what do you want to talk? We got like 10 minutes left here.
We can do that. I mean, if Donnie's cool with it, we can do a little baseball.
My baseball team not too good this year, but we can talk about it if you want.
So with the Tigers, Scooble is an absolute menace. Overall, right now, I think he's the best pitcher in baseball. I mean, you got Skeens, you got Crochet. They're all monsters. You know what I mean? Like, Skeens is going to be remarkable, right? We ain't
Oh,
seen
was.
rookie numbers like that since Gooden. Like, we're talking like 90s, 80s, things of that nature. The thing that really excites me about the Tigers is, Riley Green and, damn, that my brain's not working. But, our team's like in the early 20s, 23, 24. We had 6 All Stars and McGonigal. That's one player that excites me. I've been on Kevin McGonigal since he got drafted a couple years ago out of high school, and a lot of people have him ranked as the number one prospect right now, depending on who you look at. The kid's amazing. He just made it to level 2, the Erie Seahawks, and he's killing it with Max Clark. Our futures looks really good. We kind of had a slump coming out the All-Star break, but we're a playoff team, and this used to be a good division. I don't know what happened. It completely fell apart. But baseball is exciting right now.
What was the whole month of June, July is like, ooh,
yeah, fell apart.
Cleveland is catching up. Like, I'm like talking to my wife. I'm like, we got this thing. All we have to do is win series after series, or one game of the series, and we got it all locked up. And I was biting my nails. We're like 6 games back or ahead. I was like, damn, is Cleveland going to catch us? And then all of a sudden we started, winning again. And did you think we did enough at the trade deadline? And Donnie, you can talk about your Braves if you want.
Ain't much to talk about. We can talk about them if you
Yeah.
want.
So last year, and this is the last thing I say about the Tigers, we'll let Donnie get on his Braves. As a Detroit sports fan, I hope you guys all took in what happened last year with our Tigers, because you'll probably never see it again. At the All-Star break, we were 18 games below 500. We had 2 healthy pitchers, guys. 2 healthy pitchers, and one of them was basically a prospect in Kiter Montero. And we had a team of young guys, and we wound up making the playoffs, making it out the first round of the playoffs, and taking it to Game 5 against Cleveland, where our star pitcher gave up a grand slam and a home run. We did have the lead. They played the Yankees in the next round. But it was a 0.2% chance of that happening. I think it only happened one other time in history, and it was like 1903. And not only that, but then they had the best record in baseball the following year going in the All-Star break. Our future is very bright, right? And I think as, Detroit fans, our Pistons are young. We got Cade in them, right? You got Ivy. The Red Wings, you guys have seen those prospects. We had Rookie of the Year a couple years ago. Lucas Raymond is an absolute animal, right? You talk about the Lions and Aiden and all these young guys coming up. This is a rare time in Detroit sports. So I hope everyone got to witness what happened with the Tigers, but let's go ahead and switch it to the Braves and Donnie, which Acuna hurt my heart, but, it is what it is.
I'm happy for the Tigers. I'm pulling for you guys. I hope y'all win the World Series. When it comes to my Braves, sometimes a change of scenery is necessary. And I like Brian Snitker, but his managing this year, man, has been flat. And the roster's been unhealthy. We've been hurt a lot. So every game, every result isn't all pinned on him. But when it's a time for a change. We have a lot of talent to have the record that we have. Okay. Yeah. And it's surprising with the players we have and the roster we have, just the record overall. We should be at least 500, even with injuries, but we're not. And I'm hearing different things about who could be our next manager, whether it's Mark DeRosa or whoever. But I hope whoever we hire, they take over and they do a good job. I mean, we have some good players, man. If we can just stay healthy and add to this pitching staff and improve this bullpen, we can get right back in it. It hurts me seeing the Phillies and the Mets be so good. For the longest time, we've owned this division. And now it's time to take a back seat and start to do somewhat of a rebuild, but you don't want to let. One thing I love about the Braves this year, even though we've been bad, we haven't sold our players. I think we made a trade and gave one of the relievers to you guys, the Tigers. Yeah, I can't remember his name off my head. But, dang, man. When it comes to baseball, it's kind of touchy. Sucks, man. I can't get into it like I usually do. But I also am so excited about football, it kind of doesn't hurt me as much,
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys win the World Series. I'm pulling for you, man.
So with the Braves, if I can touch on that, right?
Mhm.
One name I want to bring up, like, if you guys don't get a championship, it'll be one of those things because when you talk about Freeman, right? They had
Oh, it
to,
hurts.
it
Oh, it
hurts,
hurts.
right?
I was.
And you guys got some really good pitching prospects on the way. I think out of your top 5 pitching prospects, 4 of them are pitchers, something like that, right?
Mhm.
So the Braves are loaded with talent. Acuna's just, but when you talk about your Rileys, when you talk about your Freemans,
Mhm.
that's tough. That's tough.
Right.
Freeman left and then went and hit bombs in the World Series, and
One of my favorite players, man. Let me tell you something. What I did yesterday. I'm a big jersey guy. As old as I am, I love jerseys. I buy jerseys. I've got tons of jerseys. I had, I had several Freeman, and I had several Matthew Stafford. Those are long gone now. I gave them to my wife to yard sell away this morning for a good cause. And
yeah,
yeah, you ask for a trade or you don't re-sign with my team, and you go to the enemy, the arch enemy, the rival. I'm done, man. He went to the Dodgers. I don't even want to talk about it.
yeah,
Just
I
get
hope he
rid of
comes
it.
back and retires a Brave. That would be awesome. Stafford, got a soft spot for him.
of course.
He done a lot of great things for Detroit. He, we had one team there. Was it
14.
2014 or 15? Man, we got screwed in the Dallas game. Everybody knows. Idiots
Yeah,
picked up the flag. We didn't deserve that. Even Sue said the other day, as much as I can't stand Ndamukong Sue, that was a team that could have went real far, man. We could have probably. I'm not going to say win the Super Bowl, but we that was a good team, man. That was a fun team. But anyways, these players, man, it's a job, it's a profession, and at the end of the day, you do what's best for you and your family. It's about money, you know. It's nothing
you
personal. Now,
So
if it was my
my,
favorite team growing up as a kid and I played for them, and I already had a ton of money, I would take that hometown discount. Or I'd give that hometown discount just to stay
right.
there where I'm at and be happy. But what really,
so
at the end of the day, with Stafford, it pisses me off is he goes into the office as soon as we hire a new GM and says, "I want to be traded," without even giving it a thought. Who's the coach?
well, I heard there
Who's
was
the,
a little bit of trip down to where is that, a Cancun or something like that, and
Yeah, with
yeah,
Vegas.
somebody kind of met up at the
Yeah,
same time, right? Like, isn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
that could
Hey,
be
buddy,
tampering, right?
it
So what
was
I did,
tampering.
let's talk about jerseys here because I did. Matthew Stafford is still my favorite quarterback of all time. In the NFL, he's my favorite quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
But when we played the Rams 2 seasons ago, was it, or last season? Yeah, 2 seasons
yeah,
ago. And I might have kind of
yeah.
had a little fire in the backyard, and I might have kind of burnt his jersey going
oh
live.
wow, burned it,
I don't
huh?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remembered that, but I did.
You know what? I was proud of the fans when they did the golf chant when he was there because he still wanted to leave to win a Super Bowl as much good as he did here, and he did,
Yeah.
right? And I agree with you. And I know you kind of wanted to say something, you held back. That 2014 team was our best bet, and I'm going to tell you why. That penalty, we beat Dallas that year, right? We had the
Yeah,
second best defense in the league, if you remember, behind the Legion of Boom, which historically was one of the best defense, if not the best one of the best of all time. And we had a better offense than Seattle did. They had Marshawn Lynch, they had the young Russell Wilson, that Reggie Bush, that Calvin Johnson, that Golden Tate. That was electric, bro. Raiola at the center, like that defense, Prime Sue. We had Damian Woody, like our linebackers, our secondary, our whole team. Stafford was young. That was our best team to win a Super Bowl that year, and that was the year the Patriots and Seattle played, and that pass on the goal line happened when Marshawn Lynch. They should have gave him the ball after an I forgot what had happened, but there was a pass, and then they messed it up. To make a
yeah,
long story short, I heard Marshawn Lynch in an interview said that he said the one team we didn't want to see was the Lions that year because that defense and Sue stomping players, you know what I mean? Like they were nasty, they were big. Cliff Averill, all those guys,
Oh,
Ziggy,
yeah.
it was just nasty.
Stephen
And
Tulloch,
Stephen Tulloch, yes,
Glover Quinn,
wasn't
James
Stephon
Adebayo.
Logan with them?
Yep. Yep. We
Yeah.
had Stephon Logan on many times, and he will be on again. And I'm going to have him come on this show.
awesome.
We had Hanson, the highest scoring Lions player, I believe. You know what I mean? He
Corey.
was He was
You
the
know,
man for years.
I heard you mention Raiola. What do you think about his son as the quarterback? That
At Nebraska.
is that
Yeah.
dude not weird or what, man? I know Patrick
what?
Mahomes is your favorite quarterback.
Oh my
And
God.
there's nothing wrong with wearing the number, but when you're doing hand gestures and you're just acting like him, rocking the
Right.
hairdo, it's freaking weird, man. I'm sorry.
It's weird.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
That's just that's obsessive. And wow, dude.
I
That
don't
was
watch
a
college.
NFL center, and you're putting this guy as your whatever, dude. That's crazy.
Like I said, you guys, I know I don't watch college, but I was very I know Dominic Raiola very well, and the flexibility that guy could fucking do sprints. Like he was an athletic son of a bitch. He'd go into Green Bay, he'd go into Minnesota and call their fans homos, right? But it is. I want to talk about Minnesota there with these two male cheerleaders, but I really want to call, I want to call Minnesota. Here, let me blow myself up here. I want to call Minnesota, instead of the land of 10,000 lakes, I want to call it the land of 10,000 fucking homos. We'll talk about it, guys. What the fuck's going on? Are you that fucking woke that you have to fucking man? If I was a Minnesota fan, I'd become a fucking Green Bay fan, or I'd fucking go somewhere else. God damn it.
I had heard this funny thing now that we're talking about that, where like their logo is skull. You know what I mean? How they say skull. And I heard somebody say the Vikings. It sounds like score, but with a dick in your mouth. And I was like, oh, bro, yeah, they got a good football team, bro. But I seen that thing you're talking about. I'm not gonna say the name, but yeah, he's definitely puffing some Peter in that fucking bus, bro. That bus is crazy, dog. For real.
He's putting from the rough. I'll guarantee you that. He's putting from the rough.
It's horrible.
It's just that kind of stuff in football does not go along hand in hand. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Don't fucking bring it in. And that pride, stupid shit, don't bring it into the NFL. Don't bring it in the NFL.
Yeah.
Bring more of the soldiers. Like this, I live in Canada, and it's woke here, and that freaks me out. Downtown Toronto, you got a grown man walking bare naked in front of little kids. You should be automatically thrown in jail. That's fucking sick.
You should get your ass.
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. All right.
You know what? We need more Pat Tillmans. That's what we need.
Yes.
We need more Pat Tillmans in this league. Not saying there isn't some. I'm just saying Pat Tillman is a guy you should put on a billboard. Is a guy you should idolize and put up there, a hero who sacrificed his life for the country, for his team, for his family, for us. That's who we idolize. That's who like how we're doing this show, me, you, Donnie. That's who I want us to idolize, Pat Tillman. You know what I mean?
You can idolize me if you want.
Yeah. We can do that too. We can do that.
So if you guys want to do something on Saturday, we're staying at the Hilton there on Gratiot and Brush. Me and former Lion Mark Schmidt. He's also with the Buffalo NFLPA. He's a vice president. We're going to be hanging out with all those Lions legends. Robert Porcher is going to be there for the 6 viewers. I'm going to be, you'll see a whole bunch of former Lions down there. Don't take any videos or stuff like that, because you're going to have to deal with me because I'm security, and Woody probably helped me with that. But, don't get out of hand, because you don't want to mess with 6'7" Woody. And Woody on that show with. We're coming up to an hour here, 5 more minutes.
Yep.
We got 3 viewers.
Yeah,
I think it was a success.
Yeah, we had 12 just a few minutes ago.
Wow, yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
we had lots of views today. If we guys, next week we'll have the Blockbuster Sports YouTube page started, and we want you to subscribe. We want you to subscribe, and we want to find out what content. Leave your comments there. Subscribe to Blockbuster Sports. Hopefully it's not taken up. I haven't even checked it on YouTube. And then we'll have to set up a domain. Do you know how to do a domain? It only lasts a year. So
yeah.
Awesome, guys. That was awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of fun, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had some funny things. You kind of got a little bit slow, but Woody, you're a natural at this. I've fucking known you for 5 years and you've never been on. I tried to get you on before, but it didn't work out, right? So, but
I don't know how to put it, man. I did a lot of things to prep, but I mean, you stuck with me. You encouraged me, bro. I that's another thing. While we're on air, we'll do that, right? Like Darcy as one of the most helpful guys in the community you can imagine. You know what I mean? Like he has his dark side when you talk shit to him, right? I've never experienced that, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's a good dude, man. He is.
If you get a message from me after 9 o'clock, it's probably because I'm induced. Sorry. Sorry.
Or it's deserved. Some of these guys deserve it.
Sometimes I could be an asshole, but as a Canadian, we're always saying, I'm sorry. But after 9 o'clock, all bets are off. If you live in the land of 10,000 lakes, you're a fucking homo.
Or the state closest to it. That's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Let's end it off a little bit of Glover.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I mean, I think doing the Detroit Lions show, the fans out there are passionate, one of a kind. And so appreciate the work that you guys doing. Appreciate you guys having me on. I do Believe in Lions podcast on the Believe Network with my co-host.
Ted, I definitely want to get your sense. I was on a call earlier today with Dave Burkett, and I asked him the